Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Adventure. In the last part we got back here to Glaive Castle and now we're going to continue on hopefully finding Ellie in the process. And we start off with a pitifully short sewer section. I think there's other paths to take, but I don't think they lead anywhere. I think they're all just dead ends actually, because I remember finding the staircase very early on in my first playthrough. Also, the world looks really weird when inverted with color palette wise. Inverted color palette, with an inverted color palette, there we go. Because that's all dark really does aside from graying out enemies. Because dark, honestly, isn't that threatening of a status ailment unless you're on an old Game Boy screen, because then the lack of a backlight is kind of making it hard to see. Anyway, got a mini-boss here. Well, it is a full-on boss, but either way, it's the Chimera. Likes to fly on top of the screen, dip down to move, and shoot fireballs at you. Honestly, he's very easy. He can also just dip down and try to hit you with touch damage like that. If you have my HP total and level totals and a power, you should take him down really quickly, though, with the Morning Star. Hey, that was quick. Ellie! They took the pendant. We have to get it back. Let's go! The Dark Lord's room is on the top floor. Alright, now we have Ellie back, so now we actually have a sorry, my verbal abilities fell apart for a second there. She still has the heal ability for you, so you can still recover HP like that. Anyway, before we actually continue on this area, I want to do something, and that's restock on keys. Luckily, this room's here. And this room is pretty awesome. Because it contains a werewolf guy who is a shop for any kind of item, really. And I'm not sure if it's just this one bed or all the beds act as an inn. I think it's just that one bed, though. And because of this, I take this opportunity to grind 3 levels worth, with my stats now looking like this. Honestly, at this point, I really don't have to grind it all anymore. Sorry about that. Because I've actually had playthroughs where I ended in the late 40s without grinding. So, honestly, if you're at this level already, you can just stop grinding, and if I do it some more, that's just because I'm feeling very paranoid due to Murphy's Law and all that such stuff. Actually, thinking about it, the black mages here, they can inflict Moogle and Stone on you. Stone with the projectiles, Moogle with a physical touch. But, and also the knights can inflict, Dark with a touch. But those two are sprites from other Final Fantasy games. Like, I forget what they were. I think the knights were captains, weren't they, in Final Fantasy 2? And I think the mages were like, they were a class in Final Fantasy 3, but I can't recall which. It's been a while since I played Classic 3. I should do that soon, because I really like 3. Now, obviously, if you haven't figured it out by now, we've seen these little dot things before, but the reason I avoid touching them is because they are pretty much spikes. They hurt a lot. Also, I'm surprised. Glaive Castle, you know, the big villain HQ, doesn't have unique music. NES limitations. No, Game Boy limitations, I doubt that is, because I've seen some pretty large soundtracks on the Game Boy. So I'm just gonna blame laziness for that. Mind you, from a programming perspective, this is just considered another castle dungeon area, so I can see that from a programming perspective, but that just bothers me. And that might come across as awfully picky, I know, because you're talking to a guy who likes, say, Final Fantasy 1 as a guilty pleasure. But on a more advanced system, I expect a bit more. Also, with this room, there's werewolves in here, and I think they can take out the chests, but I forget what happens if you take out the chests. I think the stairs disappear? But honestly, it's been so long since I've had that happen that I don't remember. Okay, really? Now that's just mean placement. You don't even have to have those fences there at all. That's just you there for padding. Padding! Also, in case you ran out of keys already, or if you just didn't buy any from the shop that like I did, the skeleton in there can in fact drop some keys. I don't know why I'm starting to go out of my way to kill enemies now. I think it's because I was about to get another level. Because when I did my grinding earlier, actually, I didn't just grind 3 levels, I also grinded until I hit maximum gold, which as you can see is 65,535. A number we're very familiar with if you play Dragon Quest. Because that was the max amount of experience points. I don't know, it didn't occur to me until right after I got stoned, I think the 3rd time in here. But I could have just used heal to get out of the stone element, but I completely forgot I had that. Anyway, we want to come to this room for a reason, because doing so gets us this chest, and gets us the Blood Sword. Blood Sword works the same way it does in other Final Fantasy games for aficionados of the series. But if you don't know, what it does is that when you damage an enemy, you actually suck HP from the enemy to yourself. Pretty much, as long as, say if you take pot damage, pot-shotted rather, when you're attacking an enemy, by attacking that enemy again, you will regain that health, pretty much. You'll see it in an upcoming boss fight. That's probably sounded very horribly explained, and I apologize for that, but obviously my verbal linguistic abilities are not the best. Also, get ice out, because you're gonna need it in an upcoming room, not the next room. Hey, level up! I remember that happened somewhere, but I didn't remember where. Level 46 is a stamina level. Good lord, over 400 HP. I will say one thing, the path I'm taking is very good if you want to have high HP, but if you don't really mind having lower HP, like I've said before, alternating power and wisdom is a good way to keep your stats all throughout even. Anyway, what we need to do in this room is use ice to make 2 of these enemies into snowmen and push them onto the switch. However, you can only use ice on the knights. The wizards, for some reason, are immune to its abilities. Also, for some reason, I pushed them onto the switches, but it wouldn't work for about 8 seconds. That's happened twice now. What the hell? I'll just blame the age of the game for that, though, due to the fact that no game is ever perfectly programmed. Aside from maybe Tetris from some people's perspective. Like right now, I actually could have used heal, but I completely forgot. Okay, really? 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 Dude. Dick move. God, that was stupid. You, sir, need to die. You can... it's very easy to escape getting stoned, actually, besides using the heal spell on yourself. Because all you have to do is block the shot with your shields, which I somehow forgot how to do. Because you know what it is? I'm so used to having to kill enemies quickly due to, like, the Zelda games and such, that I forget I have the shield on them, honestly. Plus, I usually have the shield as a separate item. Anyway, equip the Blood Sword now, because we're coming up on a boss fight. With him. Looks like you've been a bit stronger. That is a poorly constructed sentence, sir. But not enough to fight me, boy. Stay outside. It'll be too dangerous here. Okay, be careful. Good boy, Alan. Now come. Fun fact, in the Japanese version, main character guy will actually reference his friend Willie, the guy who died at the very beginning of the game before this fight. Like a vengeance thing. Anyway, Dark Lord is one of my favorite boss fights in the game, which is weird because he's very similar to an enemy I absolutely hate from Zelda 1. He's pretty much a Darknut. You can only attack him from behind or on the sides. The front is blocked off by that shield. Attack-wise, he just likes to move around a lot and stab you a couple times. But as long as you keep the Blood Sword up, your HP should stay at max just by touching him with it, or hitting him with it at least. So he's not a very hard fight. Pretty disappointing for a so-called Dark Lord. But, oh well, not every final boss is perfect, right? And we get the pendant. Or... what's wrong, Alan? It's fake! Then, where's the real pendant? Okay, looks like we got some more story to see then. Let's see. Ellie? Ellie! Where could she be? Julius. Where is he? Must be at the waterfalls. God, character limitations really do hamper this script. Ellie! Okay, just walk really slowly away. Ellie? Did he break your kneecaps? Your leg benders! Ellie, what's wrong? It's too late, Alan. She's mine. What? Use this pendant and cast the spell, Ellie. Ellie, don't! Come over here! Ellie? What did you do to her, Julius? I'm the last one left of Empire Vandal. I shall receive the power of mana again. Now, Ellie, reverse the waterfalls. Clink. Oh, what the hell? I've seen a lot of magic spells in my day, guys, but this is a weirder one. I'm not even gonna try to read that. Wow, she really is reversing the waterfall. Oh, this is where Golden Sun got the idea. Oh, I get it. Wait! Huh. Oh, and I fall down the waterfall again? Really? That's, what, the 4th time I've had a fall like that? Good lord. Or I'm in a desert. That's okay. Ah, ouch. Can't move. Hey, the Chocobo, how you doing, buddy? Oh god, he ate me! Oh, what a way to go! I guess we play with the Chocobo from here on, then. Well then, I hope I can breathe fire. See that, Auntie? A boy's falling! Oh, yes! A birdie's falling, too! Oh, dear. Wow, I just turned 2 people into 1. I swear I'm a professional. No, I'm not. Hey, Bogard, how you doing, old man? Alan. Bogard, how you been? I was thrown from the ship, but Sarah picked me up and saved me. I'm glad to see you again, Alan. I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I'm not the right one to be the Geminite. Come on, you must stand. No! What's that, Gemma? Why me? God, that's poorly constructed. Why does that have to be me? Alan, you do it. You're the Geminite. It's you. Shut up. Get out. Well, and that's a thing. Also, in the Japanese version, the main character guy here actually mentions killing Amanda as a reason not to be the Geminite. There's actually a lot of things like that in this area. Also, I'm buying the Flame Armor and the Flame Whip, though you can skip out on the Flame Armor, honestly, because we're not going to have it for too long. I'm just getting it because I have more than enough money. It does resist flame attacks, though, which is fairly useful coming up. He didn't want to let you know, but he can't move for a while for his broken back. He was distressed to hear our place is being attacked. But he kept saying that there's a boy named Alan will come and save us all. I didn't really believe him, but when I saw you, even a Chocobo knew you're the last hope. Oh God, and the bird made me believe in you. We all believe that you'll save our world now. The Chocobo's being treated at Dr. Bow Wow's house, which is on the farthest west screen of the town. We'll go there right now. But another little translation note, Bow Wow's name is actually a mistranslation, or at least intentional mistranslation. In Japanese, his name is a transliteration of Bon Voyage, which carries into Seiken Densetsu 3 for people who played that fan translation. To the point where even his sprite is the same in Seiken Densetsu 3. Well, not the same, but upgraded of the same design. Ew, all done. I'm making Austin's wounded legs. He's fine now. He can even go on water. I named him Chocobon. How's that? Pretty stupid, honestly. Oh, you. We all rely on you, kid. Go talk to Bogard before you leave the town. So now our Chocobo can walk on water. So now it is apparently a golden chocobo. Who knew? All Cloud needed to do was add robot legs onto those things. But yeah, we're actually in the area of Vandal, which is weird. I'll get more into Vandal as the story goes, in particular with one character, but for now, let's just continue on. I knew you would do it. Now listen, it'll be perilous from now on. It wasn't already? Julius has got the power of mana already. The only match is a knight with the legendary sword. Legend? The Excalibur? Yes. It is how we defeated the evil power of Vandal. Where's that sword now? Somewhere in this world. Well, no shit! Go to Wendell and ask Sibba. He knows better. Ask Dr. Bow Wow how to get there. He'll help you. I think Bow Wow actually does give you directions of how to get there, but I already know. But I suppose, now that we're leaving town, I guess you could say we have a metal chocobo. Some of you probably know what song I'm already about to insert from 13.2, but too bad, I'm going to do it anyway, because I like 13.2's soundtrack, and this song especially, because it is hilarious. To Wendell! The area around here, first off, on its own has its own little world map theme, but for right now, we're not going to get to explore this place much. There's some enemies here which give decent experience, but as I said before, we're heading back to Wendell, which is thankfully almost directly northeast of where we are now. Just head along the water for a bit. Head north. And we're pretty much directly south of the town. And here we are. Unfortunately, though, coming to Wendell's kind of pointless in the long run, because as this little girl tells us, the town of Lorem was attacked by monsters and Sibba went there. But she's at least telling us that it's south of the snowfield of the southern sea, so we pretty much just have to head really south. We'll be heading there next part, though. But before we end things off, there is one area I want to go to first. There's a shop that we can access now that we have the metal chocobo, which sells some fairly decent equipment. So we're going to head down there first. It's completely optional. In fact, you don't even have to do this. The one thing I should mention when it comes to equipment, the Opal helmet's going to be sticking with you for a long while, I can tell you that much. When it comes to the enemies in this area that we're coming to, one thing I need to warn you about is there's this weird frog mushroom looking thing. That thing right there on the bottom of the screen, actually, right there, and on the east right now. And east again. That thing can inflict Moogle on you, so be careful. Also, I'm really stupid right here. For some reason, I whip across the river, which you don't have to do at all. Because all I had to do was just hug the east side of the screen, and you could just walk south to this screen anyway. So I don't know why I did that. Mind you, it wouldn't have been for much longer, but I wouldn't have been on the Chocobo much longer, but either way. I think the Stingray can inflict poison on you, too. Thankfully, the lava seahorses are sacred and safe. And here we are at this place. This place only sells two things, which is the ice armor and the ice shield, which you might as well replace the flame armor with, because it is stronger. I don't think there's any ice elemental attacks, though, which is interesting. And add some new stats. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 8, we'll be meeting back at Wendell, actually, for us to head towards our next destination. See you guys then!